Hey, greetings, salutations everybody, my name is Axe, and happy Friday. That is right, it is Friday, which means there's another episode of Team Fortress Friday. For those of you who are not familiar, this is the show where every Friday I take topics suggested by you lovely people of the community, general kind of advice, or just topics you want to hear me talk about. I kind of unload my brain into them, I play some TF2, and it's a good time. I've been doing this show since I first started the channel, so if you're confused, that's the deal, and I'll hop into it. This week's TFF shoutout goes to Red Mage Blade, who says, "Would you mind talking about opinions and how you should respect those of others? It would be greatly appreciated." And so this is a topic I've been wanting to do for a while, and I was actually going to do in a separate video, but when I saw it being suggested here in one of the top comments, I'm like, yes, this is it. And it's about opinions. And it's interesting to me, I actually fully don't understand why we as people get so offended if somebody has a different opinion from us, because it's their thoughts, their beliefs, their thing, and granted that's for reasonable things. If somebody comes up to you and says, "I think the entire world should be exterminated, everyone should die," it's like, maybe not a great opinion, maybe, there are good and bad opinions, but I don't know, there's always this just gap of people not respecting others' choices or feeling that they now need to be involved in others' opinions that aren't really relevant to them, just because you believe something, if somebody else believes something else that is not harming anybody, who really cares? You know what I mean? Who really... I don't know, I've never understood the fixation of some people who always try to make everyone else believe their opinions that don't change anything. So, that's my opinion. I know, right? Funny. That's my opinion on the matter. But, to get more into it, opinions. Everyone has their own opinions on multiple different topics. This can be from political, to religious, to straight up just, I think that color blue looks amazing. And, somebody comes up, I don't think that color blue is amazing, but I respect your opinions, that's fine. And, I think a lot of cases this gets pulled up through music and hobbies, of where, like, if you have a music or hobby that, actually it isn't music in general, like, let's say music, somebody listens to dubstep. I personally don't listen to a lot of dubstep, but just because I don't enjoy it and they do, why should I tell them that what they're listening to is garbage if they enjoy it? You know what I mean? Or vice versa. Why should somebody who listens to all dubstep suddenly criticize somebody who listens to pop? Simply because it is pop. You might not like the music, but someone else does who really cares, And I think the biggest thing is that in respecting others' opinions, you should always know that it is their side of things. It is their beliefs, not yours. That's why they like it. That's why you don't like it. And so, in that sense, you have to kind of think beyond yourself and put yourself in other people's shoes and just honestly let things go and say, well, hey, that's fine. And I think we as people are so afraid to offend one another, we're so afraid that if we say something wrong, it's going to strike a chord wrong with someone else, that we generally don't talk about our big opinions. Because when we do, somebody, we're afraid that somebody we know or somebody we really like or somebody in the family, let's say, we are afraid that somebody will argue it and come at you. But then you have the people who are constantly looking for arguments, but... nah, screw those people. Anyways, yes. My point is that, if you are one giving opinions, I don't know, make sure it's to somebody at least you feel you can express this to. And if you know somebody, because we all know somebody who just cannot respect other opinions, that's when, like, at least in my experience, that's when you just don't share stuff with them. That's when you just kind of keep it as a general friendship distance thing. But like, if you have somebody who you can just, if you say anything about one matter and it's going to provoke stuff, then just don't bring it up. Just don't bring it up. But take the higher road and just be like, I'm avoiding conflict by not touching this subject. And sadly, that is why I don't talk about political or religious things on this series, or really in general the channel, because I feel that clouds the way of things. Is that I could be whoever I am as a person. I could be a great person or I could be a horrible person. But everybody's, if I say I support this or I believe this, suddenly there will be people who specifically do not like me just because of that now. And I'm not saying that I can avoid being hated on, but I'm just saying that this is a channel I enjoy for people to share laughs and think thoughts with one another. I enjoy the idea of people coming here after a long day or coming here just because you're home and it's like, hey, that would be funny to watch, or oh, this is really cool. I knew this, but now he said it and I'm realizing it. And I don't know, that's one of the many things of why this show, Team Fortress Friday, is so great to me, because it's a show where I express my opinions and then hear from you all your thoughts back. I mean, I don't know how many times I've made stuff and people have said, well, I agree with you on this, but I think this. And then I'm like, yes, that's true. Oh, I didn't even think of that. Or yeah. And it's a place where everyone shares their opinion. So as awful and afraid as opinions can be in some social situations, it's also can be amazing things, because through everybody sharing their opinions with one another, you get a rounded whole. There's so many things in life I would not know now, or so many opinions I would not have well formed if I didn't discuss them with people, if I didn't talk about them, because you can have one outlook, I should say, on one thing, and then somebody else you talk to can have a totally different outlook, but in support of you or in against you. And it's, if you're getting an opinion, you need to have a full rounded argument on it. If it's a bigger opinion, you need to realize both sides. And that's when generally I talk to people, I talk in both sides. Like, I might be, I really don't like this and this and this, but then I'll say, but I also understand how, like, they might be trying to do this, or they're saying this. And that's what you got to do. If you really want to have any leverage in a conversation, you need a well-rounded opinion. Going up to somebody and saying, I believe this because I believe this. And it's like, great, good for you. Why? You need to have more of that if you want people to be taken seriously. And if you really want to sway somebody's opinion in something, you have to understand that some people just will not change their opinion. Some people will not change who they are. They will not change any of that. And others will. And those are the people you have to just talk with. You don't ever lecture someone if you're trying to convince them of your opinion. Don't ever go up to them and be like, well, listen now, child. No, you have to have a conversation with them and grow together. Because by the end of it, even though both of you are kind of wanting to convince the other of your opinion, you more than likely won't. But if you do, you're both going to have a different outlook on thought between both of you. So anyways, guys, that is my Team Fortress Friday. This is how you get on the show. Basically, because people asked lately, they didn't know exactly what the show was. Basically, you post a comment in the, not description, wow, I am drunk, not really, but post a comment below and suggest a topic, or something like people in the past have talked about, I guess more emotional things. Others have talked about more physical things, like what's your opinion on this. Nothing political or religious, please. And basically post it down there, and I look through all the comments. And if you guys are looking through the comments and you see one that you like, and you're like, hey, I'd like to hear him talk about this, thumbs it up, because those are the ones I generally check out, because I'm like, hey, I want to do this topic, and a lot of people also want to hear this topic. So that's just kind of my thing. In the end, I will pick whichever one I want to pick, not just because everyone wants to hear it. But yeah, so anyways, guys, thank you very, very much. I hope you have an amazing day, amazing weekend. And as always, I shall see you all later. Thank you for the love and support you show this channel. We passed 2,600 subscribers. So thank you all very, very much. And I shall see you all later. Bye-bye. You just shouldn't worry about so much. You can't let fear dictate who you are and change who you are. You have to be yourself in everything you do. And so what that means to me is, I guess what it means to you all with this channel is that I'm never